There are some rides you have to be tall enough to ride, okay? And this is why it's so important that you work on your own ability to think. And you think about how you think. These are times that are, they are critical times. There's a lot of information coming towards us all of the time, especially information that is supposedly discussing the lives of women, but also the lives of single women specifically. And if you don't know how to think for yourself, if you are not aware of how your own experiences, your own background, your own upbringing. And let's be honest, as individuals, we have very limited experiences, right? If we think about our lives, we only know what we know. We only know what we've seen, what we've witnessed. And a lot of people actually aren't doing a lot of research. They're not looking beyond themselves and their immediate environment and vicinity, and it shows in the comments. Okay, I cannot tell you the number of times I look at comments across the platforms that I share ideas on, and I can always tell somebody who doesn't know how to think and doesn't know what to think beyond what they literally have experienced themselves. And that is a limiting way of being and a limiting way of living, especially in a day and age where a lot of information is coming towards us. And you cannot simply just accept what you are being told, okay? You have to reclaim your authority on how you think, not just what you think, okay? And you have to be able to listen. Often listen well to what is being said to you. It's one of the reasons why I do the work that I do, because I listen to what people say. And when I have initial responses, etc., I double check where my response is coming from. Where is my lens? So you'll see sometimes if you've got a group of people together having a conversation, if one is a medical doctor, another is, a heart surgeon, another is a baker, another is an engineer, another is a writer. They will come to the conversation with their own lens and approach, yes, but the beautiful thing happens when they're able to think about how they're thinking when somebody else is contributing to the conversation, sharing an idea with them. And this is a skill that for some reason is not taught in schools, for starters, but a lot of adults do not have. And it means that you are believing things that just flat out aren't true, things that are inaccurate, but it also holds you back from identifying these invisible contracts that may in fact be inhibiting your life as a woman. Okay? Women fought to be educated. Women have died in pursuit of being educated. In places right now in the world, like, Afghanistan, women are being barred from being educated. And so it always amazes me when I see women who are living in places where you can go to school and or access learning and knowledge, and you're not doing that. And so you come on sometimes under these posts and you say things that show that you don't know how to think, and you can't think past your own nose. It's a problem, because you will not be able to break some of these invisible contracts that the world imposes on women if you don't know how to think for yourself. Okay? If you can't pick sense from nonsense, if you can't literally read your name if it was in the sky. That is why sometimes when you hear someone like me speaking, you say, the people say to me, but you're saying all sex is bad. Didn't say that. You're saying all women are sex workers. Didn't say that either. I can always tell when someone hasn't listened, and also when somebody isn't used to nuance, having to weigh up a number of factors, and the conclusion is not a neat, tidy conclusion, because that's not what life is like. And being able to live in tension, live in uncertainty, live in conflict, emotionally and intellectually. If you're not able to do that, you will struggle in this life, and things are only going to get worse with the amount of information coming towards us as women.